You've just opened the most comprehensive video about what 2025 holds, a year unlike any other. A warning, do not treat this video as mere entertainment. Each of the 10 forces aligning in 2025 will be thoroughly explained here, with life-changing details. But pay attention, only a few will have the courage to watch until the end. And that's precisely why 2025 will be a year of suffering for many. Without the knowledge shared here, you will be at the mercy of the impactful changes to come. This is a moment of choice, to be informed or to be overwhelmed by the tidal wave of transformation. There's so much to unpack, and this video was carefully designed to deliver every essential detail about 2025, no fillers, no fluff, but many uncomfortable truths. Consider this your early warning. And here's a heads up, by the end, you'll want to thank me for having found this content. So why not get ahead of it? Leave your like on the video now and prepare yourself to uncover truths that few dare to face. Let's dive in. 2025, the year 9 in numerology. Numerology is an ancient spiritual science used to decode the patterns connecting the universe to human behavior. In 2025, the sum of the year's digits, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9, a number symbolizing the end of cycles and profound transformation. This is not just mathematical, it's a key to understanding the forces shaping our reality. In numerology, each number carries a unique energy. The number 9 is seen as the archetype of accumulated wisdom, altruism, and the power of closure. It represents the final stage of a journey, where we learn the necessary lessons to move forward. Yet, to advance, we must first release what lies behind us. Occult traditions place great importance on the number 9. Ancient civilizations, like the Pythagoreans, believed this number was a portal to higher dimensions of understanding. It appears in nature, reflected in repeating cycles and patterns, reminding us that life, like the cosmos, is governed by intrinsic mathematical logic. This year presents a profound opportunity for re-evaluation. What cycles are ready to close? What patterns need to be broken? The energy of 9 invites us to abandon what no longer serves us, making space for new possibilities. It's a moment to reflect and prepare for renewal. The number 9 is also associated with humanitarian leadership, demanding a broader vision for collective well-being. It challenges us to think beyond individual needs and consider our impact on the world. That's the call of 2025, to become agents of change, leading by example in a time of transformation. Interestingly, even major corporations seem to recognize the symbolic power of the number 9. Apple, for example, skipped the iPhone 9, jumping directly to the X model. This wasn't just a marketing strategy, but a deliberate decision to mark the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. Apple understood that the number 9 is universally recognized as a point of closure, while the X symbolized innovation and a leap into a new era. This makes us ponder, even technological giants are aware of the energies numbers carry and use them strategically to amplify their messages. Understanding numerology goes beyond interpreting numbers. It's about decoding the code that connects our lives to the cosmos. Knowing how numbers influence our decisions, patterns, and energies can guide us with clarity in uncertain times. In 2025, the number 9 calls on us to use this wisdom to plan our next steps. Think of the number 9 as a mirror reflecting where we've been and where we're going. It highlights both achievements and challenges, revealing what needs resolution for us to move forward. This is a powerful invitation to look inward and align our intentions with the future we want to create. The energy of 9 prepares us for transformation, but this preparation begins with the courage to face our deepest truths. What patterns are you ready to let go of in 2025? What legacy do you wish to build in the coming cycle? These are the questions that numerology inspires us to answer. The number 9 not only signals the end of cycles, but also prepares the ground for something new. It's impossible to discuss this energy without mentioning the symbolism of the phoenix, the legendary bird that rises from its ashes. Like the number 9, the phoenix represents transformation, where the end of one stage is merely the prelude to the beginning of another. The phoenix is a universal figure. Across cultures, it emerges as an archetype of rebirth. In Egyptian mythology, it is known as Bennu, associated with the god Ra and the solar cycle of daily birth and death. In ancient Greece, it symbolized the soul's immortality, while in China, it was seen as the emblem of harmony between yin and yang. What makes the phoenix fascinating is its life cycle. When it feels its existence has reached its end, it builds a nest and is consumed by flames. From the ashes, a new phoenix arises, stronger and more radiant. This myth teaches us that destruction is not the end, but a necessary process for renewal. The phoenix's symbolism aligns seamlessly with the theme of the number 9 and cosmic cycles. Great thinkers, such as Mircea Eliade, have explored the idea that humanity is guided by cycles of destruction and recreation. Each phase represents an opportunity to remake the world, discarding old structures to create something more aligned with spiritual progress. In 2025, the number 9 invites us to enter our phoenix nest. This is the moment to burn away what limits us, outdated beliefs, stagnant relationships, or deeply rooted fears. Just as the phoenix does, we can rise stronger and more prepared to face new challenges. This cycle of rebirth is not only individual, but also global. Many ancient cultures believed that Earth itself goes through periods of destruction and renewal. These cosmic cycles, described in traditions like Hinduism and the Mayan calendar, suggest we are at a crucial moment of transition where the old world gives way to the new. These cycles also have an energetic dimension. Cosmic eras, such as the one we are living in, are marked by frequency shifts that affect our collective consciousness. It's as if the universe is calling us to a new phase, where humanity will be challenged to align with higher patterns of vibration and purpose. Adaptation is key to navigating these cycles. Just as the phoenix embraces the fire to transform, we too must face change with courage. Resisting the end of cycles can bring suffering, while accepting them allows us to grow and evolve. This is the invitation of the number 9, to trust the process of rebirth. For many, this process may seem chaotic, but it's important to remember that chaos precedes creation. As Carl Sagan wisely observed, the universe evolves out of chaos, finding order and beauty in the midst of disorder. The same occurs in our lives. It's in the confusion that we uncover our true potential for transformation. At the end of this cycle, what will remain are the foundations for something greater. The symbolism of the number 9 and the phoenix reminds us that even amid the fire of transformation, there is beauty and purpose. It's time to reflect. What are you willing to leave behind? What new version of yourself are you ready to embrace? The phoenix's message is clear: rebirth requires detachment, courage, and faith. The number 9 guides this process, reminding us that while endings are inevitable, they carry the promise of a new beginning. 2025 will be a year of rebirth, and we are all invited to partake in this journey. The planets and the element associated with 2025. It's no coincidence that the number 9, which carries the transformative weight of 2025, has fire as its central element. The elements of nature are the foundation of all creation and transformation in the universe. Since ancient times, cultures around the world have observed how the elements, earth, water, fire, and air, form the essence of existence. Each element holds unique energy, influencing both the material and spiritual planes. Earth is the element of stability and nourishment. It is the ground that sustains our journeys and connects us to the roots of the past. Representing the foundation of life where matter manifests, Earth symbolizes resilience and permanence. Without Earth, there would be no structure for our creations. Water, on the other hand, is the element of fluidity and emotion. It represents the constant flow of life, from the currents of rivers to the tides of the oceans. Spiritually, water is a symbol of healing and purification, having been essential in renewal rituals throughout history. Air is the element of thought and communication. Invisible to the eyes, but felt with every breath, air connects all things. It serves as the bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, symbolizing ideas, freedom, and expanded consciousness. Ancient cultures believed air to be the breath of life, the ether that permeates everything. Finally, there is fire, the most transformative of the elements. It is the energy that destroys, but also purifies and renews. Fire is associated with the spirit of action, courage, and passion. Spiritually, it represents illumination and the quest for truth, often used in sacred ceremonies to connect humans with the divine. In 2025, fire takes center stage, both symbolically and literally. The intense wildfires affecting regions like the Amazon are external reflections of the year's energy, burning old patterns to make space for the new. These tragedies also call us to action, reminding us of the delicate balance between destruction and renewal. Fire, though dangerous, is essential for growth. It is the heat that molds metal, transforming raw material into useful tools. Similarly, it shapes our spirit during times of crisis. This year, the challenge will be to find the courage to walk through the flames of transformation and emerge stronger. The balance among the elements is fundamental for harmony in life. When one element dominates, imbalance becomes inevitable, leading to chaos and instability. In 2025, fire stands out as the dominant element, challenging us to find ways to harmonize its energy with the wisdom of earth, the fluidity of water, and the lightness of air. It's interesting to note that historically, the elements were used as a symbolic language to explain both natural and spiritual phenomena. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Empedocles and Aristotle developed theories about how the elements interacted to form matter. These ideas continue to resonate in our spiritual and scientific practices today. Mars and Ketu, the planets associated with the number 9, share a profound connection with the element fire. Mars represents the fire of action and conquest, while Ketu brings the fire of spiritual purification. Together, they serve as energetic guides for 2025, combining their forces to mold humanity's path. Mars is known in astrology as the planet of action, energy, and willpower. It symbolizes the drive to conquer, to fight for our goals, and to overcome challenges. Depicted as a warrior with a raised sword, Mars teaches us the importance of courage and determination during moments of crisis. Scientifically, Mars has fascinated humanity for centuries, associated with the dream of space exploration and conquest. Known as the Red Planet for its distinct hue, Mars symbolizes both adventurous spirit and the challenges of venturing into the unknown. In 2025, Mars challenges us to explore both external frontiers and our internal ones. Ketu, on the other hand, is a deeply spiritual planet in Vedic astrology, associated with karma and detachment. Often referred to as the tail of the dragon, Ketu symbolizes lessons of release and transcendence. It teaches us to let go of attachments to material things and focus on a higher purpose. While Mars propels us outward, Ketu calls us inward. Ketu operates subtly, creating karmic situations that force us to reflect on our choices and align with our deeper values. Together, Mars and Ketu represent the balance between outward action and inward reflection. Historically, Mars and Ketu have played central roles in various cultures. In Roman mythology, Mars was the god of war and protection, immortalized in the calendar as March, a month of renewal and action. Ketu, appearing in ancient Vedic texts, is a spiritual guide pointing toward enlightenment. In 2025, the energy of Mars and Ketu challenges us to find balance between the physical and spiritual realms. Mars urges us to confront challenges with bravery, while Ketu reminds us that true growth comes from reflection and detachment. These planets rule a year of intense transformation. There have been historical moments where the energy of these planets manifested strikingly. For example, the year 1969, when humanity first landed on the Moon, was symbolically connected to Mars, representing humanity's desire to expand its boundaries. Simultaneously, the spiritual movements of that era reflect Ketu's influence. Mars and Ketu have also shaped periods of significant cultural transformation. During the Renaissance, Mars's energy was evident in scientific and artistic advancement, while Ketu inspired a deeper spiritual quest. These cycles of innovation and introspection mirror the impact of these planets. In Vedic astrology, Mars and Ketu share a symbiotic relationship when it comes to karmic lessons. Mars drives us to act and face karmic challenges, while Ketu dissolves old patterns, allowing us to move forward. This dynamic is especially vital in years like 2025, when humanity faces significant transitions. Mars and Ketu are also tied to the inner fire that shapes our transformation. Mars ignites passion and drive, while Ketu represents the purifying fire that frees us from what no longer serves us. Both are essential for personal and collective evolution. The symbolism of Mars is reflected in global events of resistance and change. It reminds us that progress requires effort and determination. In 2025, this energy will be necessary to address climatic, social, and spiritual challenges that demand immediate and conscious action. Ketu, by contrast, invites us to transcend limitations. It teaches that we cannot progress while clinging to fear or attachment to the past. Its energy highlights the importance of looking inward and seeking our true essence. The interaction between Mars and Ketu teaches us that both action and reflection are equally important. Just as a flame needs oxygen to burn, our spiritual growth requires a balance between drive and detachment. This equilibrium will be crucial in 2025. Mars and Ketu are, therefore, energetic guides for the year. They show us that the fire of transformation is not something to fear, but to embrace. It is through this fire that we free ourselves from old patterns and are reborn stronger, more aligned with our purpose. In a year ruled by the number 9, Mars and Ketu remind us that every ending is a new beginning. The fire they represent is the catalyst that helps us close cycles, purify our intentions, and step boldly into a new era. 2025 will be a year of action and rebirth. 2025 as the year of the snake. Since ancient times, animals have been used as symbols of power, energy, and transformation. Each creature carries a unique essence, reflecting universal forces. In many ancient cultures, these beings were seen as messengers of the gods, embodying lessons and energies that guide humanity. In the energetic cycle of numbers, each year is associated with an animal, acting as an archetypal representation of its vibration. For instance, 2024 was the year of the dragon, bringing with it the expansive energy of creation, boldness, and untamed power. Now, in 2025, the energy shifts. The snake takes its place, marking a period of renewal and introspection. The snake, as a symbol, transcends the material world. It is regarded as the guardian of the occult, a creature that sheds its skin and emerges renewed. This transformation goes beyond the physical, it is deeply spiritual. The snake invites us to leave behind what no longer serves us, revealing a new version of ourselves aligned with evolutionary energies. Cultures worldwide have revered the snake as an emblem of wisdom and mysticism. In ancient Egypt, the serpent was associated with the goddess Wadjet, a protector and a symbol of renewal. In Hindu traditions, the Naga snake represents the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth, intricately interwoven with the rhythm of the universe. The shedding of the snake's skin is a powerful metaphor. It teaches us that to move forward, we must release the past. Acting as a portal between the old and the new, the snake challenges us to confront our shadows and emerge stronger, free from the weight of outdated layers that no longer define us. Beyond its connection to transformation, the snake is deeply tied to the occult. It is the guardian of mysteries, a mediator between the visible and invisible worlds. This symbolism reinforces 2025 as a year of inner exploration, where the pursuit of spiritual knowledge becomes a priority. For indigenous North American traditions, the snake represents healing energy. Its presence serves as an invitation for emotional and physical healing, reminding us that transformation begins within. In 2025, this energy urges us to confront our traumas and free ourselves from the pain that holds us back. The symbolism of the snake extends beyond renewal. It also reminds us of duality. Its slithering movement connects it to the earth, while its sinuous, flowing nature suggests a continuous cycle, like the waves of energy circulating throughout the universe. The snake embodies both matter and spirit, striking a perfect balance between the physical and the ethereal. Within the energetic framework of 2025, the snake brings a clear message: it is time for introspection. Just as the snake withdraws to shed its skin, we are called to look inward, reassess our lives, and prepare for rebirth. This is a year of profound transformation, but only for those willing to embrace change. The snake also comes with a warning: renewal is not optional. Ignoring the call to transform can lead to resistance and suffering. The energy of this year compels us to release what is stagnant and move toward the unknown. It is an invitation to dance with mystery and trust the process. The snake's shedding of its skin is both literal and metaphorical. As it discards its old skin, it leaves behind what no longer serves, making space for the new. But what about you? What old skins are you carrying that no longer have a place in your journey? This is the moment to reflect. What needs to be released so the new can emerge? In everyday life, this shedding can be seen across various areas. Think about habits that no longer align with your purpose or beliefs that limit your growth. It could be a routine that no longer brings joy, a relationship that has turned toxic, or even resistance to learning something new. In 2025, the snake's energy invites us to question all of it. This transformation requires courage, but also trust. Letting go of the old can be uncomfortable, but it is essential for growth. For example, imagine the sense of relief when reorganizing a cluttered space, discarding what's old and taking up room. Now, amplify that idea to your mind and spirit. What is occupying space within you that could be released? Shedding old skin is not just about letting go, it's also about what follows. When we discard the past, we create room for new possibilities to flourish. Have you ever wondered how your life might transform if you allowed this renewal? What kind of person could you become by releasing fear, attachment, and doubts that you've carried for so long? In spiritual transformation, the snake teaches us that detachment is one of the most powerful practices for transcending karmic patterns. Are you ready to recognize the repeating patterns in your life? These patterns, often rooted in karma, are like layers of skin that must be renewed for us to move forward. Practices of transcendence and karmic transformation are crucial in this process. Meditation, for example, is a powerful tool for releasing accumulated energy and reconnecting with your purpose. During moments of introspection, ask yourself, what lessons is the universe trying to teach me in this cycle? The answer may lie in what you fear most to let go of. In 2025, karmic energy is intensified by the influence of Mars and Ketu, as explored earlier. The snake complements this energy, offering the perfect symbol for navigating these lessons. If Mars brings the fire of action and Ketu carries the power of detachment, the snake shows us how to channel these forces into growth and wisdom. However, this transformation doesn't happen automatically. It requires conscious effort. Consider how the snake rubs against rocks to shed its old skin. The process may seem uncomfortable, but it is vital. And what about you? Are you willing to go through this friction to emerge stronger and renewed? The snake's energy also reminds us that transformation is a continuous process. It's not enough to let go of one old skin, we must remain attentive to the next cycle. What are you doing now to ensure that today's choices build a solid foundation for tomorrow? This is a year that demands strategic planning and deliberate action. As you connect these concepts to your life, reflect, how do the themes we've explored so far resonate with you? Mars and Ketu, the energy of the number 9, and now the snake, are all inviting you to align your life with a greater cycle of renewal and transformation. Can you see the patterns unfolding around you? Just like the snake, humanity is in a moment of transition. The planet, societies, and individual consciousness are shedding old skins, abandoning outdated structures. What global changes do you observe that mirror this transformation? From social movements to technological advances, everything points to a collective rebirth. Yet, true change begins within. What's happening in your inner world reflects what you see externally. If you desire a more harmonious world, are you willing to bring that harmony into yourself? The number 9 taught us about closing cycles, and Mars and Ketu showed us the importance of action and detachment. Now the snake asks, how will you use this knowledge? Spiritual transcendence is often described as an energetic shedding of skin. When you free yourself from karmic patterns, you feel lighter, more open to new possibilities. Have you ever experienced the peace that comes after releasing something heavy? This is the energy 2025 offers, an invitation to freedom. The snake, as the guardian of the occult, reminds us that transformation also involves exploring the unknown. Are you willing to face life's mysteries to find your answers? In 2025, the occult reveals itself to those courageous enough to look beyond the surface. What mysteries are you ready to uncover? This is the year of spiritual renewal and introspection. The snake's call is clear: shed your skin, release the past, and embrace the new. Now is the time to take on the role of creator in your story. What version of yourself are you ready to bring to light in 2025? The profound consequence of 2025, breaking karmic contracts. With the energetic confluence of 2025, one of the most significant outcomes will be the dissolution of deep connections and agreements in both spiritual and physical dimensions. I'm referring to a unique kind of agreement, karmic contracts. These are invisible bonds we carry throughout our lives. Formed before our incarnation, they serve as lessons the soul agrees to learn. These contracts shape our relationships, challenges, and choices, acting as a compass for spiritual growth. A classic example of a karmic contract is one that manifests in intense relationships, such as family ties. Have you ever noticed how some connections feel destined, carrying profound, sometimes painful lessons? These karmic bonds aim to teach us empathy, forgiveness, and understanding. But karmic contracts are not limited to personal relationships. They also influence collective patterns, such as beliefs passed down through generations. These ancestral contracts connect us to an energetic lineage tracing back to our origins, transmitting both strengths and limitations. Ancestral contracts, in turn, are agreements that transcend generations, reflecting experiences shared by our ancestors. Imagine unconsciously carrying the hopes, fears, and traumas of those who came before you. These contracts often shape our worldview and behaviors. For example, families caught in cycles of poverty or recurring illnesses may be living out the effects of ancestral contracts. These repetitive patterns act like echoes of past choices, inviting us to break the chain and liberate future generations. Have you ever felt as though you carry something that isn't yours? Bert Hellinger, a German psychotherapist, developed an advanced therapeutic technique that precisely reveals ancestral patterns individuals may be experiencing. Known as family constellations, it can uncover multi-generational patterns in just one session. This could be a powerful tool for you in 2025. In addition to karmic and ancestral contracts, reincarnation contracts also exist. These reflect choices made by our soul before birth. Our life mission, the challenges we face, and even the talents we possess are influenced by these agreements. Reincarnation contracts connect us to the purpose of our existence. They guide us, placing us in situations necessary to fulfill our life lessons. Consider the journey of historical figures like Mahatma Gandhi, whose lives seem orchestrated to fulfill a transformative role in the world. Breaking these contracts, especially in 2025, is essential for spiritual growth. This is the perfect year to ask, what patterns, beliefs, or connections are still limiting your potential? What cycles are you willing to end to free your energy? To better understand these concepts, we can draw inspiration from scholars like Carl Jung, who explored the collective unconscious and archetypal patterns connecting humanity. Jung suggested that confronting our deepest patterns unlocks the key to transformation. 2025 calls us to a journey of self-discovery and liberation. Karmic, ancestral, and reincarnation contracts invite us to grow and align with our greater purpose. This is the time to look inward and ask, what stories are you ready to rewrite? Karmic contracts act as scripts influencing our decisions and experiences. They are not prisons, but opportunities for learning. Each choice we make under these contracts brings us closer to vital lessons that, once assimilated, free us to move into higher cycles of consciousness. Imagine someone who continually attracts challenging relationships. It may seem like a burden, but it's actually an invitation to learn about self-love and healthy boundaries. Karmic contracts don't exist to punish, they exist to illuminate what needs transformation within us. However, these contracts are not always easy to identify. Often, they disguise themselves in everyday situations, like repetitive patterns or feelings of stagnation. Have you ever wondered why certain experiences keep recurring in your life? This is the signature of karma in action. In 2025, the energy of the number 9, as previously explored, intensifies the process of breaking these contracts. This is the year to recognize what has fulfilled its purpose in your journey. What patterns, ties, or beliefs are you ready to release? What aspects of your life are ready to transform? Breaking karmic contracts doesn't happen by chance, it requires conscious intention. A powerful method is meditation focused on karma. During these practices, visualize yourself releasing the ties that connect you to old patterns. Feel the weight dissolving as your energy realigns with a greater purpose. Another effective practice is the use of affirmations. Statements like "I release what no longer serves me" or "I am free to create a new reality" help dissolve the accumulated energy of karmic contracts. Repeating them daily can bring profound changes in your perception and vibration. Visualizations also play a vital role. Imagine yourself surrounded by a golden light that dissolves the invisible bonds tying you to past patterns. This simple yet powerful practice is an invitation for transformation and spiritual rebirth. For those seeking a more active approach, journaling can be a helpful tool. Writing about repetitive patterns in your life can help identify underlying karmic contracts. Ask yourself, what is this experience trying to teach me, and how can I grow from this? It's important to remember that karmic contracts also connect us to greater missions. Often, what feels like a challenge is actually preparation for something greater. The suffering of the present may be the foundation for your life's purpose. Are you willing to see the hidden lesson in these challenges? 2025 offers the chance to break not only individual contracts, but also collective patterns. Humanity as a whole is being called to release accumulated karma. Issues like inequality and environmental degradation reflect collective karmic contracts we are ready to transcend. The connection between karmic contracts and ancestry also deserves attention. By releasing these contracts, we are not only freeing ourselves, but also liberating those who came before us and future generations. This act of healing reverberates in all directions of time. Have you considered how your personal liberation might inspire others? Breaking karmic contracts is an act of courage, and every step you take on this journey serves as an example for those around you. Your transformation can be the catalyst for others to begin their own journeys. In moments of doubt, remember that karmic liberation is not a linear path. It's a process of ups and downs, where every small progress deserves celebration. The universe responds to intention, and every sincere effort toward transformation is rewarded with clarity and inner peace. This is the year to let go, to make space for the new, and to free yourself from the chains of the past. But above all, it's the year to rediscover your inner power. Karmic contracts may seem insurmountable, but the truth is you have the power to dissolve them. It all starts with a single step. The acceleration of the fusion of realities and dimensions in 2025. the line separating the physical from the spiritual has never been so thin. In 2025, the energy of the cosmos invites humanity to realize that realities are not absolute but interconnected. The fusion of dimensions marks the beginning of a new era, where the visible and the invisible coexist in harmony. The concept of dimensional fusion has been explored by scientists and mystics for centuries. It suggests that the universe is not composed of a single reality, but of multiple layers that coexist. Morphic fields, as described by Rupert Sheldrake, attempt to explain how these dimensions influence one another. In a morphic field, everything is interconnected. Consider how the behavior of a flock of birds seems synchronized, as if they're following an invisible choreography. This connection, often imperceptible to our senses, serves as evidence of forces operating beyond what we can see or directly measure. A fascinating example of this interconnection lies in the vision of animals. They are capable of perceiving frequencies and details invisible to human eyes. Many animals see in the ultraviolet spectrum, entirely beyond human capability. This makes us wonder, if they can see beyond our vision, what other aspects of reality are we missing? This limitation of human perception is not only physical, but cultural. For centuries, we've been conditioned to believe only in what we can measure or touch. But 2025 challenges us to expand this view, to open our senses, and to accept that there is more than meets the eye. Historically, indigenous cultures already understood that dimensions intersect. Shamans, for instance, believed they could travel between worlds to seek healing and spiritual guidance. These practices were rooted in the idea that the physical world is merely a fraction of a much larger reality. Modern science is beginning to take small steps toward this understanding. The theory of parallel universes, explored in quantum physics, suggests that multiple realities coexist. Although these concepts remain speculative, they point to the idea that the universe is far more complex than it seems. Have you ever felt that something invisible influences your life? Perhaps an inexplicable coincidence or a profound connection with someone you've never met. These moments remind us that invisible forces shape our experiences, connecting us to a greater web of existence. Dimensional fusion is also an invitation to revisit limiting beliefs. What do you consider impossible simply because you've never seen it? If animals can perceive what we cannot, why not consider that there are realities beyond our current understanding? 2025 is the year when the veil between worlds begins to tear. This fusion doesn't mean merely perceiving other dimensions, it is a call to live in harmony with them. The universe is asking us to look beyond the surface and accept the unknown as an integral part of our existence. The fusion of dimensions does not manifest visibly to everyone. It unfolds through subtle changes, like energetic frequencies altering our perception and consciousness. Imagine tuning into a different radio station. The waves have always been there, but now you can hear them. These frequency shifts can be perceived during moments of intuition when an idea or feeling arises inexplicably. Have you ever felt an immediate connection with someone for no apparent reason? This type of experience suggests that we are accessing something beyond the physical plane. As we elevate our consciousness, we begin to notice signs that would previously go unnoticed. Often, these signs appear as patterns, such as repeated numbers or synchronic events. Have you noticed how, during times of significant change, the universe seems to speak to you? These experiences are not coincidences. They reflect a dimensional fusion, where the invisible begins to align with the tangible. Raising your energetic frequency, through meditation, gratitude, or spiritual practices, enables you to perceive these connections more clearly. In 2024, several global phenomena captured attention, particularly in the United States. The rise in UFO sightings captivated the collective imagination, with reports from military pilots and evidence recorded by cameras. Have you ever wondered, why are these sightings becoming more frequent? One of the most striking cases involved an unidentified object recorded by a U.S. Navy pilot. The object's unusual maneuvers and speed defied all conventional explanations. Scientists and authorities remain intrigued, but more questions than answers persist. These phenomena suggest that we are witnessing something beyond our current comprehension. Could these UFOs be evidence of life from other dimensions, now intersecting with ours? And more importantly, are we ready to accept that reality may be much greater than what we've been taught? The idea of multidimensional fusion might seem fantastical, but it's impossible to ignore the growing number of reports and evidence. In 2024, the Pentagon released an official report acknowledging the existence of unidentified flying objects that defy the laws of physics. Would you still doubt that we're amidst something extraordinary? These events are more than mere appearances, they invite us to reflect on our place in the universe. If other dimensions are revealing themselves, what does this mean for our evolution? These signs are not isolated occurrences, they are invitations to expand our perception of reality. Many believe these frequency changes and the intensification of sightings are preludes to greater integration between worlds. Have you considered how your life would change if these dimensions became visible? How would this shift your understanding of who you are? Dimensional fusion also requires us to abandon our arrogance as a species. For too long, we've believed we are the sole bearers of intelligence in the universe. But what if we are just a small piece of a much larger puzzle? Are we ready to embrace this new reality? It's important to remember that the fusion between dimensions is not something to fear. It is a natural process of expanding consciousness. Just as the sunrise slowly illuminates the horizon, these changes are preparing us to see the universe in its entirety. In moments of doubt, ask yourself, what am I failing to perceive because I refuse to look beyond the obvious? 2025 is a year of great revelations, and only those willing to open their inner eyes will comprehend what's coming. Throughout history, periods of great transition have always been accompanied by signs in the sky. From comets to eclipses, these manifestations were interpreted as omens. The increase in unexplained phenomena in our time can be seen as the same kind of signal, an invitation to transformation. 2025 is not just the beginning of a new cycle, it's the beginning of a new perception. The fusion between dimensions is breaking the veil of what we considered real, revealing a universe full of possibilities. The main astrological events of 2025 and their implications. The sky of 2025 will be the stage for impactful astrological movements, influencing both individual and collective energies. Among the main events, Saturn's transit through Pisces stands out, carrying the promise of profound spiritual and emotional transformations. Saturn, known as the great teacher of the zodiac, is the planet of lessons, time, and structure. It is often feared, but its energy is not punitive, it is instructive. Saturn teaches us that everything has its moment, that effort yields results, and that discipline is the key to progress. In mythology, Saturn is associated with Cronus, the Lord of Time. Cronus was the Titan who ruled over time and eternity, representing both the inexorable passage of days and the wisdom that comes with maturity. Saturn embodies this essence, reminding us that time is an impartial teacher. The figure of Cronus also brings profound reflections on responsibility. In Greek mythology, he devoured his children, symbolizing the inevitable cycle of creation and destruction. This image may seem grim, but it invites us to recognize that time, though relentless, is also the space where we build our greatest achievements. In 2025, Saturn will transit through Pisces, a deeply spiritual sign. Pisces is known for its sensitivity, empathy, and connection to the collective. This transit combines Saturn's structured and disciplined energy with Pisces' emotional and spiritual fluidity, creating a fertile ground for introspection and transformation. Why is Pisces considered the most spiritual sign of the zodiac? It is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, and the collective unconscious. Pisces represents the end of the zodiacal cycle, carrying the accumulated wisdom of all the other signs. It is the place where everything converges and dissolves, like drops in the ocean. This dissolution, however, is not loss, but a return to the whole. Pisces teaches us about unity, compassion, and surrender. During Saturn's transit through this sign, we are called to integrate these qualities into our lives, building a practical spirituality rooted in the everyday. In previous periods, Saturn in Pisces has been marked by global movements blending spirituality and social responsibility. The last time this occurred was in 1994 to 1996, when advances in human rights and environmental issues took center stage. These themes are poised to resurface in 2025, but with renewed intensity. This transit also challenges us to confront illusions. Pisces, ruled by Neptune, can lead us to get lost in fantasies or escapism, while Saturn demands clarity and realism. Balancing these energies will be essential. How can we dream of a better world while dealing with the limitations of reality? In 2025, Saturn in Pisces invites us to build bridges between the material and the spiritual worlds. It calls on us to turn our visions into actions, to transcend internal and external barriers, and to create something meaningful. This is a year to bring our dreams to Earth, with patience and purpose. The lunar nodes, Ketu and Rahu, are points of intersection between the moon's orbit and the solar ecliptic. Although they are not celestial bodies, they carry powerful symbolic energy. In astrology, these nodes represent our life lessons: Ketu, the karmic past and accumulated wisdom, and Rahu, the future, with its challenges and desires yet to be explored. Imagine a line connecting who you were to who you are destined to become. This is the essence of Ketu and Rahu. While Ketu reflects the talents and patterns we have already mastered, Rahu pushes us into new territory, asking us to face our insecurities and fears. Together, they form an axis of balance and evolution. In 2025, the movements of these nodes intensify the call to revisit the past and redefine the future. For example, if Ketu aligns with a point reflecting your relationships, you are likely to revisit old issues. Rahu, on the other hand, will bring new opportunities, but will require courage to navigate unfamiliar terrain. A practical way to experience this energy is by observing recurring patterns in your life. Is there something you keep facing, such as family conflicts or financial difficulties? These are signs of Ketu, urging you to understand and resolve these issues before moving forward. Reflection is the first step toward transformation. Rahu, in contrast, often appears as a feeling of restlessness, a desire for something seemingly out of reach. Perhaps you feel the need to change careers, explore a new field of study, or even move to an entirely different place. This energy propels us to grow, but also challenges us to leave our comfort zones. This movement between past and future is also reflected in the daily choices we make. For example, when dealing with a conflict at work, you might react with old patterns tied to Ketu or seek new approaches aligned with Rahu. The question is, are you willing to explore solutions beyond the usual? Saturn in Pisces aligns perfectly with these energies, promoting introspection and inner work. This is a time to use Ketu's wisdom to free yourself from limiting habits and channel Rahu's ambition toward goals aligned with your deepest values. Every small step toward balance is a victory. To integrate these energies, spiritual practices can be fundamental. Meditations focused on detachment help release the emotional weight associated with Ketu, while visualizations of future goals can align your energy with Rahu. A simple practice is to imagine two paths, one representing what you are leaving behind and another showing what you are choosing to build. For example, if you feel that a repetitive relationship is blocking your progress, visualize Ketu's energy dissolving the karmic ties that maintain this pattern. Then, visualize Rahu as a force guiding you toward healthier, more balanced relationships. This practice helps bring clarity and purpose. On a collective level, the lunar nodes reflect social and spiritual changes. In 2025, global issues such as inequality and sustainability may emerge as central themes. Ketu calls on us to learn from the past, while Rahu encourages us to create innovative solutions. We are living in a time when these energies intertwine to shape humanity's future. An example of the influence of the lunar nodes was the civil rights movement of the 1960s, when karmic issues of inequality were confronted head-on. Ketu brought forth the accumulated pain of generations, while Rahu symbolized the push toward equality. This is the type of transformation we can expect in 2025. These nodes do not operate in isolation. They work in conjunction with Saturn, which adds structure and discipline to the process. While Ketu and Rahu guide us in a dance between the past and the future, Saturn reminds us that commitment is necessary to turn visions into reality. This is the call for 2025, to align learning, ambition, and responsibility. By integrating the lessons of Ketu and Rahu, you also expand your spiritual perception. These nodes teach us that growth is not linear, it is cyclical, requiring revisits to the past so we can build a stronger future. Are you willing to commit to this journey? Saturn in Pisces, with its emphasis on practical spirituality, offers us tools to navigate these energies. It encourages us to transform spiritual aspirations into tangible actions. It's not just about dreaming, but about building a world more aligned with the values of compassion, justice, and unity. In 2025, the lunar nodes and Saturn work together as cosmic guides, pointing the way toward individual and collective evolution. This is the time to look up at the sky and realize that every planetary movement is an invitation to grow, let go, and embrace the future with courage and purpose. The arrival of the second sun and the pressure on the pineal gland we will experience in 2025. Since the dawn of humanity, the sky has been seen as an open book where the movements of celestial bodies reveal messages and omens. The presence of a second sun has always fascinated the human imagination. Among these celestial stories is the concept of Hercolubus, depicted in various ancient cultures, carrying mysteries and transformative energies. Hercolubus, often described as a gigantic and luminous celestial body, is associated with cosmic renewal and the transition of eras. Its influence is believed to shape not only physical events on the planet but also individual consciousness, emphasizing the need for spiritual evolution. In many cultures, the idea of a second sun is seen as a symbol of enlightenment. In ancient Egypt, the god Ra was represented by the sun, while a second luminous sphere associated with the cycle of renewal appeared in rituals of transformation. Hercolubus reflects this duality, serving both as an omen and a catalyst for change. The symbolism of the second sun transcends its physical aspect. It represents the arrival of new light, a collective awakening that exposes what is hidden. Just as sunlight penetrates shadows, Hercolubus is seen as a celestial body revealing truth and urging humanity to confront its internal shadows. The term Hercolubus was widely popularized in the context of occultism by authors like Rabelais, who described it as a planet of great magnitude that periodically approaches Earth. In his works, Hercolubus is presented not just as an astronomical phenomenon, but also as a spiritual symbol. Rabelais portrayed Hercolubus as a cosmic messenger, whose approach signals the need for change. He believed humanity should use this moment as an opportunity for introspection, re-evaluation of values, and alignment with higher energies. Hercolubus, therefore, is not just an external force, but an internal one as well. The origin of this concept can be found in various esoteric traditions. In some, Hercolubus is associated with the idea of cosmic cycles, like those governing the rise and fall of civilizations. This second sun marks the beginning of a new cycle, where the old is destroyed to make way for the new. Beyond its spiritual implications, Hercolubus is also connected to the pineal gland, often called the third eye. This small structure in the brain is considered a portal to higher dimensions. Hercolubus's energy is believed to stimulate the pineal gland, awakening intuition and expanding consciousness. Many ancient cultures, particularly in the East, viewed the pineal gland as the center of human spirituality. In Hinduism, it is associated with the Ajna chakra, the command center of spiritual energy. Hercolubus, with its symbolism of illumination, is frequently linked to the activation of this energy center. In 2025, Hercolubus's energy invites us to question, what are we failing to perceive? Its influence is not just a cosmic event, it is a call to connect with higher dimensions. The pineal gland is often referred to as the spiritual portal, a bridge between the physical and the divine. Located in the center of the brain, it regulates our circadian rhythm, but its true function goes far beyond this. In the spiritual realm, the pineal gland is associated with the Ajna chakra, also known as the third eye. The Ajna chakra, in Vedic tradition, is the command center of intuition and spiritual wisdom. When aligned, it allows us to see beyond the limitations of the material world, accessing higher truths. The pineal gland plays a crucial role in this process, serving as the antenna that connects us to the cosmos. Hercolubus, as a cosmic catalyst, is said to exert a direct influence on the pineal gland. Many believe its proximity intensifies frequencies that stimulate the activation of the third eye, enabling us to perceive higher dimensions. But what does this mean in practical terms? When the pineal gland is activated, it helps us transcend physical senses. Imagine perceiving realities beyond the visible spectrum or hearing truths that resonate beyond sound. This activation aligns us with the universe's energy, expanding our consciousness and understanding. Mystical evidence highlights the pineal gland's importance in ancient traditions. In ancient Egypt, the Eye of Horus was not just a symbol of protection, it was an anatomical representation of the pineal gland. This connection suggests that the Egyptians understood its significance as a key to spiritual awakening. Indigenous cultures also revered the pineal gland, even without naming it explicitly. Practices such as consuming medicinal plants like ayahuasca aim to stimulate the opening of the third eye, allowing participants to experience profound spiritual visions and connections. However, this connection to higher dimensions has historically been suppressed. Theories suggest that the system we live in actively seeks to prevent humanity from understanding the pineal gland's true power. The calcification of this gland, caused by environmental toxins, is often cited as evidence of this effort. Pineal calcification is a physical process resulting from prolonged exposure to fluoride, present in many everyday products like treated water and toothpaste. Spiritually, this condition is seen as a blockage to human potential, limiting our ability to connect with higher realities. But why suppress the awakening of the pineal gland? Many believe that a spiritually awakened individual is less susceptible to external manipulation. Once the third eye is activated, we become more aware of our own patterns and more aligned with our essence. This independence threatens control structures that depend on a disconnected humanity. There are ways to reverse pineal calcification and reactivate its potential. Practices such as deep meditation, consuming antioxidant-rich foods, and reducing fluoride exposure are recommended by many researchers. These simple actions can begin to unlock the spiritual portal within you. Hercolubus, with its energetic influence, amplifies the call to reclaim this connection. It reminds us that the pineal gland is not just a physical tool, but a portal to higher dimensions. When you activate this gland, you begin to see the world more clearly, perceiving truths that have always been hidden. Opening the third eye is also linked to the feeling of unity. When we perceive the world through the pineal gland, we understand that we are not separate from the universe, but deeply connected to it. This realization transforms how we live and interact with others. This spiritual awakening, however, requires effort and discipline. It's not just about accessing visions or mystical experiences, but about integrating this wisdom into daily life. Are you ready to use this power to grow, evolve, and contribute to the collective? Hercolubus symbolizes both challenge and opportunity. It forces us to look within and ask, are we willing to release what blocks our true vision? The pineal gland, with its ability to open doors to the unknown, is the key to answering this question. 2025 will be a year of profound discoveries and energetic transformations. Hercolubus and its influence on the pineal gland are an invitation to awaken and see beyond the obvious. Are you prepared to open the eyes of the soul and embrace the vastness of the universe? The entry into the photon belt in 2025. The universe operates in grand cycles, patterns that repeat over thousands of years. One such cycle is the return to the photon belt, a region of intense energy that envelopes our solar system every 26,000 years. The year 2025 marks the beginning of our entry into this belt, ushering in profound changes. The photon belt is an energetic zone in space, composed of highly charged particles of light. When Earth enters this region, these particles interact with the planet, altering its vibration. However, the impact is not merely physical, it also affects the consciousness of all living beings. This cosmic event is closely linked to the concept of cosmic eras, cycles of transformation that shape humanity's spiritual evolution. In ancient traditions such as the Mayan and Vedic, these eras were seen as stages in a continuous process of elevation and learning. In the current context, the photon belt is interpreted as a catalyst for vibrational expansion. Imagine a wave of light sweeping across our planet, awakening those who are ready to evolve. This awakening is not merely a spiritual phenomenon, but an energetic transformation that affects our DNA. Research suggests that the interaction between photon particles and the human body may activate dormant parts of DNA. Known as junk DNA in conventional science, these segments are viewed in spiritual circles as the key to awakening superior abilities and perceptions. We are standing at an unprecedented moment. As our vibration rises, we are challenged to align our consciousness with these new frequencies. This means abandoning patterns of fear, anger, and stagnation, replacing them with feelings of love, gratitude, and unity. Have you ever felt something inside you changing, as if being called to become more? Beings of light from other dimensions, described in many spiritual traditions, are deeply involved in this process. They work to facilitate humanity's transition, sharing knowledge far beyond our current understanding. Their intentions are not to interfere, but to collaborate. Ignoring the energy of the photon belt does not stop it from acting. Just as the sun warms the earth regardless of our will, these energetic waves continue to raise the planet's frequency. The question remains, are we ready to align with them, or will we resist the call? The year 2025 demands internal preparation. Practices such as meditation, yoga, and introspection can help tune into this new energy. Think of the photon belt as a wave that can propel us to a new level of consciousness, provided we are open to its influence. The impact of this event is not immediate, it unfolds over decades. However, the first signs can already be felt. Have you noticed changes in your perception, global patterns, or how the world seems to be reorganizing itself? These are signs that we are entering a new cosmic era. The world is in a state of growing tension. Wars, protests, and natural disasters are becoming increasingly frequent, signaling that we are at a critical point of transformation. It is no coincidence that these events are intensifying as we approach the photon belt. They reflect the chaos that precedes renewal. Recent news highlights the scale of these movements. In 2024, we saw large-scale protests in various countries, from social movements in Latin America to climate justice demonstrations in Europe. At the same time, conflicts like the war in Ukraine continue to shape global geopolitics. Do you see how these events are connected to the energy of change? These global events are not random. They reveal cyclical patterns of transformation that occur when humanity is forced to confront its collective shadows. Just as in a storm, chaos is necessary to clear the ground before something new can flourish. The entry into the photon belt amplifies this dynamic, bringing latent energies to the surface. Think of it as a bright light illuminating every dark corner, revealing what has been hidden for a long time. The question is, what are we willing to do with what we now see? Ignoring these energies does not prevent their effect. Just as a river continues to flow whether we look at it or not, the changes are inevitable and relentless. We are being called to act, to align our consciousness with higher frequencies, and to release what hinders our growth. On an individual level, this means facing our internal shadows. During times of intense energetic shifts, emotions like hatred, anger, and depression tend to intensify. These emotional states, often ignored or suppressed, need to be acknowledged and transformed. This is the true spiritual work. The energy will keep rising until each of us steps out of our comfort zone and confronts these shadow aspects. We can no longer avoid facing our internal limitations. In 2025, the call is clear: release what no longer serves and adopt a vibration of love, joy, and compassion. The vibration of love is not just a poetic ideal, it is a frequency capable of changing the world. When enough people choose to vibrate in love, collective consciousness begins to shift. Imagine the impact of millions of people simultaneously raising their vibrations. Have you ever considered the power of such a change? The great spiritual masters of all eras have taught that true transformation begins within. The photon belt is not just raising the planet's energy, but also offering us the opportunity to reconnect with this wisdom. This is a rare gift, but it requires effort and conscious intention. Think about your own life. Are there situations or feelings you have been avoiding facing? These moments of discomfort hold the key to your evolution. Releasing negative energies is like letting go of a weight you've been carrying for too long. Are you ready to let go? On a collective level, the energetic transformation also challenges institutions and systems. Structures misaligned with the new frequencies, such as corruption, inequality, and exploitation, will begin to collapse. Can you see how these changes are already happening around the world? The entry into the photon belt is like the dawn of a new era. However, the sunrise can be challenging for those who fear the light. We are at a moment of choice. Do we embrace the transformation or resist it? This choice will shape humanity's future. The energy of this cosmic belt does not distinguish between individuals or nations, it touches everyone. What differentiates those who thrive is their willingness to align and flow with these changes. Those who resist will face more difficulties, as the energy will continue pressing until it is embraced. This is the purpose and reason behind all these energetic implications for 2025, to catalyze the evolution of human consciousness. It is not just about external changes, but about internal transformation that prepares us for a new phase of existence. We are being called to align with our true purpose. The year 2025 will not be an ordinary year. It will mark the beginning of a new vibrational cycle, where humanity is challenged to grow and evolve. The only solution for the energetic challenges of 2025. Amid the intense energetic transformations of 2025, meditation emerges as an essential tool to balance the mind and spirit. When everything around us seems to be in constant flux, finding inner peace becomes not only a necessity, but also an anchor. Meditation is not just a spiritual practice, it is a science of inner balance. For centuries, cultures worldwide have explored its ability to calm the mind, regulate emotions, and elevate consciousness. It is a direct path to reconnect with oneself and with the more subtle energies of the universe. In the East, meditation was widely disseminated by Buddhist and Hindu masters. The practice of Zazen in Zen Buddhism, for instance, teaches full concentration on the present, while japa in Hindu tradition uses mantras to elevate spiritual vibration. Both are powerful ways to restore inner harmony. One of the most well-known practices is mindfulness meditation, rooted in Buddhism and widely adopted in the West. Mindfulness involves bringing full attention to the present moment, without judgment. Sitting in silence, observing the breath, may seem simple, but its effects are transformative. A complementary technique is guided meditation, where an instructor leads the practitioner through specific visualizations. Imagine yourself in a peaceful field, surrounded by golden light that penetrates every cell of your body, dissolving worries and bringing a sense of renewal. This practice helps align the mind and body. Transcendental meditation, popularized in the West by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, uses the silent repetition of a mantra to calm the mind. Studies show that this technique reduces stress levels and improves overall well-being. Choosing a personal mantra can be a powerful act of self-connection. Another meditative technique is Ho'oponopono, a Hawaiian practice that also uses a mantra to release powerful energies. The possibilities are diverse, and those who seek will find. Beyond traditional practices, meditation has evolved to align with contemporary needs. The use of meditation apps, combining technology and spirituality, allows anyone to begin meditating regardless of prior experience. It's spirituality within everyone's reach. However, the secret of meditation lies in consistency. Practicing for just 5 minutes a day can bring profound benefits. Start by finding a quiet space, sitting comfortably, and closing your eyes. Focus on your breath, letting each inhale and exhale connect you to the present moment. A simple yet effective practice is gratitude meditation. For a few minutes, visualize everything you are grateful for. It could be something as small as a smile or as grand as an achievement. This exercise raises your vibration and connects you to the frequencies of love and joy. In 2025, meditation is not just a practice, it is a necessity. With so many energies at play, maintaining inner peace is essential to navigate changes without getting lost in chaos. Have you ever tried sitting in silence for a few minutes? What's stopping you from starting today? If you don't meditate yet, you need to begin. Many people will go through this year relying on heavy medication because brain frequencies will rise. Those who resist working on their inner shadows, stepping out of their comfort zones, or facing their problems will suffer greatly. All this energetic confluence will push your mind into high frequencies until you can no longer fight it. The more you try to resist, the stronger it becomes. This is why many will turn to medication. It's the hardest and most painful path. The concept of as within, so without teaches us that the external reality is a reflection of our internal state. This idea, present in spiritual traditions and supported by modern theories of consciousness, suggests that by changing our inner world, we directly influence the world around us. Meditation is the central practice for transforming the inner world and, consequently, shaping the outer one. When you calm your mind and elevate your frequency, you begin to notice subtle changes in interactions, opportunities, and even how the universe seems to respond to your thoughts and intentions. Imagine a person who lives in constant anxiety or irritation. Their internal state manifests in external conflicts, communication difficulties, and a sense of stagnation. Conversely, someone who cultivates inner peace through meditation tends to create more harmonious environments, even in challenging situations. In 2025, this concept becomes even more relevant. The intense cosmic energies we've explored in previous sessions are pressing us to review our internal patterns. Think about this: if the external world seems chaotic, what within us is calling for attention and transformation? These energetic conformations are not punishments or mere coincidences, they have a clear purpose. We are being pushed out of our comfort zones to break old paradigms that no longer serve humanity's evolution. Meditation is the means through which we can understand and navigate these changes. The idea of breaking paradigms is often associated with the collapse of the wave function, where our intentions create realities. This means that by meditating and visualizing a more harmonious world, you are energetically contributing to its manifestation on the physical plane. Meditation also helps us confront our shadows, those parts of ourselves we prefer to ignore. During moments of introspection, we may perceive fears, limiting beliefs, or repressed emotions, blocking our progress. This process is uncomfortable but essential. These internal shadows are like seeds that, if left unaddressed, sprout into external conflicts. Meditation allows us to observe these seeds with compassion, releasing them before they grow into larger problems. It is an opportunity for deep healing. A practical exercise for working through this process is body scan meditation. Close your eyes and, starting from your head to your toes, observe how each part of your body feels. This simple practice can reveal tensions or emotions you didn't realize you were holding. Another effective method is intention-focused meditation. For 5 minutes, visualize the world as you wish it to be: peaceful, harmonious, and prosperous. Feel these intentions as if they are already realized. This practice not only raises your vibration but contributes to the collective field of transformation. The role of these energetic changes is to remind us that we are co-creators of our reality. If we neglect this responsibility, external forces will seem uncontrollable. But by aligning with our inner peace, we discover the power to shape our destiny. What do you believe needs to change within you for the external world to reflect this transformation? This is the invitation that 2025 brings. It's not just about dealing with the chaos around us, but recognizing how it mirrors the chaos we still carry within. When you meditate, you are not only helping yourself, but also contributing to collective elevation. Imagine millions of people around the world dedicating time to create inner peace. The impact would be like an energetic wave transforming the planet. Ultimately, meditation is not just a practice for difficult moments, it is a lifestyle. It teaches us to live with purpose, gratitude, and presence. Every inhale during meditation is a reminder that we are connected to the whole, and every exhale frees us from limitations. 2025 invites us to deep inner work and the search for inner peace. Through this practice, we can align with the universe's highest frequencies, overcome the challenges of this year, and contribute to a brighter future. How reality will be a mirror in 2025. The reality we live in is more than a sequence of external events, it is a reflection of each of us. Just as a mirror shows nothing other than what we place before it, the world around us reflects our beliefs, emotions, and intentions. Imagine someone living in constant fear and anxiety. That internally generated energy finds echoes in the external world, creating situations that seem to validate those feelings. Conversely, someone who cultivates inner peace projects that energy, attracting harmony and balance. This principle of reflection is not just philosophical, but also scientific. Quantum physics suggests that our intentions can influence reality, as observed in the double-slit experiment, where mere observation alters the behavior of particles. We are more powerful than we imagine. As we expand our consciousness, we become more effective co-creators. The mind, aligned with clear emotions and intentions, becomes a powerful tool for transformation. What you deeply believe, visualize clearly, and feel intensely begins to manifest in the physical plane. In 2025, this ability to co-create becomes crucial. We are at a moment of transition where what we project into the collective has a faster and more significant impact. Imagine a planet where a critical mass of people masters this power. There would be no hunger, suffering, or inequality. This is the paradise promised by so many spiritual traditions. The year 2025 amplifies the energies that shape reality. As our intentions align more clearly, the results in the external plane also intensify. This period is not only a reflection of what we carry as individuals, but also of what we project as a collective. What are you emanating into the world right now? Emotional and behavioral alignment teaches us that transformation begins internally. Negative emotions such as fear, anger, or resentment create distortions in our energetic field, while states of love, compassion, and gratitude elevate our vibration. This alignment is the foundation for shaping the world around us. However, emotional alignment is not just about feeling good. It is a daily commitment to self-observation and the conscious adjustment of thoughts and behaviors. When you respond to challenges with balance rather than impulsiveness, you are already shaping a new reality. Are you willing to cultivate this practice? 2025 challenges us to incorporate these lessons into our lives. It is a time to recognize that external reality is malleable, responding to the intention, clarity, and vibration we emit. It's not just about changing what we see, but transforming who we are, so the mirror of the world reflects this new version. Today's video guided us through profound reflections, from the meaning of the number 9 and the cosmic energies of 2025 to the transformations brought by Hercalibus, the photon belt, and astrological events. We also explored the importance of meditation, internal alignment, and the power to co-create a new reality. In such a transformative moment, each of us plays an essential role. The world we are creating reflects the choices we make now. Are you ready to abandon old paradigms and embrace the opportunity to shape a new era where consciousness and purpose align to build a brighter future? If these ideas resonated with you, it's because you are also an Zenither, someone who seeks to reach their highest point and beyond. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, not just to be a follower, but to become part of the Zenither community, people like you who are willing to look inward and master the knowledge that 99% of people ignore. I decided to create an extensive video on this topic so it can serve as a true guide for you this year. But I know that only the strongest and most committed to their future made it to these final words. So, if you've reached this point, comment with the phrase, "I made it to the end because I'm an Zenither." This will let me and the entire community know that you are among the most select. Congratulations on making it here, even if you decide not to comment. Explore other content on the channel to deepen your journey of consciousness awakening. Every video is created with great purpose and intention. This is the moment to connect, expand, and be ready for what is to come. Together, we can transform our reality and co-create a world more aligned with the energies of this new era. See you in the next video.